Hello again, Your Honor. Let's have court part 49. And before I start, I have two prologues to this, Your Honor. One, the reason I started doing, one of the reasons, there's several reasons, but one of the reasons I started doing the Let's Have Court series is because I didn't want the three people that are still watching to have to wait to understand what types of arguments and things would take place in the courtroom. I thought it was imperative to do it now. So, Your Honor, part of my intention with this series was to set a benchmark, something to look at, a time frame, to show you the types of things I've had to deal with. Only some of them, because we're in the waning stages. We're in the final shutdown phase, and it's obvious what's going on here. So I wanted to provide you a benchmark to show behavior regarding the three main parties I'm discussing in these videos. That would be stalkers, is one party, Your Honor, and I never used any names. I just used the word stalkers, and certain people came a-running, stalking all over again, continuing the behavior, continuing the harassment, calling my girlfriend's family members through robocalls and actual calls and all kinds of things, Your Honor. That's not the point. The point is they came a-running, and I can show you that evidence. I never used any names. I said stalkers. Did that intentionally. I wanted to show you the behavior, Your Honor. Give you some further evidence, current evidence, not just evidence from 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, etc. So that's one party, and they've shown up, Your Honor, and that was I wanted to show you the behavior, what I've had to deal with, a small sample of it, tangible now, current, during the series, and this is what, August 2024. This little saga began March 6th of 2024. The other party, the company came a-running too. They implemented a little plan on March 6th to implement the final phase of shutting me down, which has been their obvious intention. Since they've shut me down, this is the third time now, without shutting me down, but I've gone into all that. So that party came a-running by doing this, Your Honor. The day after I did a video regarding Google becoming an adjudicated criminal, that next morning I woke up to a strike, Your Honor. And guess what else? Guess what other little detail has bearing on this? And that would be that the first strike was March 6th or May 6th, something like that. The next one was exactly 90 days later, June, July, August. I guess we're talking May 6th was the origin here of this current situation. A sample that I'm trying to show you, give you, by going on camera, and saying things. That's simple. So what happened? Again, 90 days later, and we all pretty much know from our social media experience that most websites, especially this one, when they put a strike on your account, it goes away in 90 days. If you're a good boy, according to the adjudicated criminal, Google. So exactly 90 days to the minute, Your Honor, the day after they become an adjudicated criminal, they put a strike on my account. So this was either a plan they had intended to do to mess with Nikki, to have a little fun, to send a little message, Your Honor. And the message, Your Honor, is I wanted it to be sent to you, sir, or ma'am, madam, whoever it will be. I wanted to show you how they send little messages, how they harass me, how they treat me unfairly, with utter bias, and how they do the mob's work. So, and they showed in spades, didn't they, Your Honor? by waiting exactly 90 days, the morning after they become an adjudicated criminal, to put that second strike, because Nikki talked about them becoming an adjudicated criminal, Your Honor, and they didn't mind labeling me a criminal, though, years ago when they shut my first channel down, did they? And they're still saying it every morning that first channel isn't restored, so they didn't mind calling me a criminal. Problem is, no court of law ever called me a criminal, unlike them. So 90 days to the second, I guess they figured Nikki had his fingers crossed, Your Honor, waiting for that strike to go away, thought they would ever give him his channel back. I'm not that stupid. I've been through the song and dance, Your Honor, with the social media people, especially this website. And I know the routine. That's why I had about 4 backup channels. The second I started talking about famous people, I knew what was going to happen. I knew I would be treated unfairly, and boy, did they prove it in spades, Your Honor. Again, I wanted to give you some current evidence of how they treat me specifically. Well, how they treat me is they waited 90 days exactly to the minute, the morning after they become an adjudicated criminal, just because Nikki's talking about it, and somebody got mad. So they had to throw a little tantrum. And once I pointed out they waited exactly 90 days to throw the strike on and all that, then all of a sudden they threw another one on a few days later to make it look good. Because, they had to break the pattern that I've given you, Your Honor. That's part of the reason for this process, part of the reason for these videos. I wanted to show you what happens, how they treat me. And boy, did they just come a-running to just show you, Your Honor. So I'm documenting every just nuance of this, every single grain of sand. So that's the second party, Your Honor, demonstrated outright bias. And the real goal is to just get me off of social media and not allow me access to my own channel that I built without their help, Your Honor. Do you understand how hard it is to make it in this business, Your Honor? Without an agent, publicity, etc. Just make it all on your own. Nikki made it, Your Honor. Nikki made it. These people took it away intentionally, maliciously. I just showed you what the real intent was, Your Honor, in this little frame of time, May 6th until now. That was part of the reason. So Google and this website showed their intent. They showed who they're working for, Your Honor, again, for, I don't know, the 10th time, 11th, 20th time, who knows. And who's the other party? We had stalkers. We have companies. Oh, the mobsters, Your Honor. Yes, those people too. I wanted to demonstrate also, Your Honor, that everyone is watching, the 3 parties that I've mentioned, and they watch my every move, and they stalk me, and they get my stuff shut down on all the different websites, the mobsters, the stalkers, all the different parties. This website calling other websites, I'm sure, communicating with them. I think I've proven that as well with the Facebook experience, which I'll go into more detail at some point, Your Honor. So how did the mobsters react, Your Honor? Well, they did a publicity piece about them vacationing with the Hankses. Oh, and they just happened to get robbed as well and assaulted. And I decided, since all these parties have, decided to come back into my life and, do what they do, well, I decided to start paying attention again, Your Honor. And what we found is one publication. I want to correct something I said in an earlier video. One publication, Your Honor, despite all the information about this person being robbed, a member of the Chris Cornell estate, the one who's in charge of the Chris Cornell estate at the moment, Your Honor, robbed and assaulted. There was also information in these articles, several articles over several websites, regarding that person vacationing with Tom Hanks. And the interesting thing, Your Honor, is the only picture of actual people that were posted for any of these articles was in a publication called the Greek City Times. And there was a picture of a family friend and the head of the Chris Cornell estate at the moment. And, we found it interesting, my team, we found it interesting that there wasn't any picture of Tom Hanks or his wife or sitting around or vacationing together. The only picture was a family friend and the head of the Cornell estate that got assaulted. A selfie they took together. The gentleman is taking the selfie. So I went on camera with that, Your Honor. Because again, everyone loves to watch what Nicky's doing behind the scenes and sabotage his business and social media endeavors wherever he goes. So I guess I should be paying attention again too, huh, Your Honor? So I went on camera with that, and even though I'm reduced down to nothing, 100 views a vid, whatever, they still pulled the photo from the Greek City Times in the whole article, Your Honor. Again, Your Honor, part of my intention, beginning on May 6th of this year, 2024, was to show that they're all still watching. They all still messing. I think I've proven that in spades, wouldn't you say, Your Honor? I wanted to show how they react to what I say. That they want to hide things for whatever reason. I've personally known that the head of the Cornell estate has most likely been dating this person for years. I've done videos on it. So the cat's kind of out of the bag. And I'm getting 100 views a vid. They've accomplished their mission of, I have 0 reach now, Your Honor. And always remember I said that. My reach has been diminished from day one, almost immediately. 80% of your audience lost every shutdown, Your Honor. I'm on my 4th channel now. Lucky if I get 100 views a video. What's the problem? Why do pictures need to be taken down? Your Honor, again, it just proves they watch everything I say. They're following me around in these sites, communicating with them, getting me shut down immediately. They've been doing it for years. All 3 of the parties I've mentioned. I think I've proven that in spades, Your Honor. And it was quite easy to do. Because they're desperate, Your Honor. That's what this 3rd channel shutdown is all about. It's all about desperation. The arguments are just abject weak. They're just reaching, grasping at straws. Hoping that they don't give me grounds to sue. Well, they gave me grounds to sue a long time ago, Your Honor. Long time ago. I just had a business to run. And that was more important. And I don't have a team of lawyers to fight every piece of defamation, etc. Harassment, stalking, etc. Mobsters coming after me. I don't have lawyers to fight all that. But don't worry, Your Honor. Nicky's going to get it all together. Because that's what Nicky does. Anyway, Your Honor, I think I've proven in spades that the 3 parties are still watching. They're doing, and have been doing, everything I've been saying. The whole story I've laid out to you. This time frame between May 6th of 2024 and the present, I believe it's like August 26th, something like that, 2024. Perfect example of what I'm saying. Not a full example, because we're not in the, we're not in the heart of this. The heart of this was back in 2017, 2018, etc. The intensity was much more, that's when the thugs were sent. That's when the FBI was called. That's when the trolling campaign was deployed. Well, they've pretty much effectively achieved their mission, and they're still trying to censor me further, shut me down further. They've won, Your Honor. But it's not good enough for them. Not for these types of people, Your Honor. That's the point of this exercise, to show you that. Let's continue. Now, I have another prologue, and then we'll get into it, and it won't be that long. And I wrote this about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. This was meant to be recorded a while ago. So forgive me. And I'm going to kind of just go on autopilot now. Before I start, I want to say I'm telling my story. If you don't like your part or role in that story, maybe you should look in the mirror and ask why you made those choices. Be you adjudicated criminal company, mobster, stalker, or disgruntled viewer, or fiance of a friend. You made those choices. I didn't make you do any of it. You did. There's new language in adjudicated criminal Google's community guidelines that almost seems written by a certain publicist herself. And here's a quote from it. I've read it to you already, and we've discussed it, but this is just a piece. Harmful conspiracy theories which have been linked to direct threats or violent acts isn't allowed on YouTube. Okay, before I continue, you guys have basically destroyed my reach from second one. I managed to gain a big following overnight and interest people on social media with the subject I was discussing and presenting and investigating. You people destroyed that intentionally, maliciously. So, to try and link me to any threats to anyone famous is ridiculous, because you've stifled my reach algorithmically, by shutdowns, by labeling me a criminal, defaming me, etc. So how could I be responsible for any threats to anyone? That was the point of what you guys have done to me on this website and the others, and the mob as well, while you have been doing the mob's work. The point was so I didn't have reach. So how dare you blame any threats or possible threats or alleged threats on me? Don't know how you can do that. Are you intimating that I'm promoting Pizzagate? Or is it about my theory about the Chris Cornell estate that's the problem? Or the Bennington estate? Or the Love estate? Cobain estate? Think I've forgotten about you people? I haven't. Don't worry, you'll be getting letters too, don't worry. Anyway. So, you're going to have to pick one, guys. You can either go with, I'm promoting Pizzagate, which I have witnesses to say, I've never once ever promoted Pizzagate. In fact, I've been doing the work for years that you people allege to be doing. I've been debunking it at great personal cost to me. People don't like debunking the theories they believe in. They get mad about it, especially theories that are tied to their political beliefs or affiliations. They get real mad, whether they liked you yesterday or not. But I did the work anyway, because it's necessary, and I never made a dime for it, debunking Pizzagate. No, I was doing that before the Cornell death. So I was doing the work of the social media websites that made billions off of Pizzagate allege they're doing now, using that against me. So you got to pick one. If you're saying I'm promoting Pizzagate, that argument's already out the window in the garbage. I have witnesses that I've never once ever jumped on that grift that you people own and have made millions on. So I guess it must be about my other theories regarding the Cornell estate, Cobain estate, Bennington estate, and even Bourdain himself. I guess it must be those theories then, right? Is that the argument we're gonna go with? Again, you people stifled my reach from almost second one. You allowed a trolling campaign to label me things, and then you ran with that. And then you labeled me things. You made sure I didn't have any reach. I haven't gained new followers for years. So algorithmically, you guys are doing something, and it's obvious. So you can't link me to any threats regarding my theories about these people. And I've never contacted them, ever. They've contacted me many times, through thugs, through FBI, through trolling campaigns, possibly their very selves in my comment section. Because remember, all the parties I've mentioned, you guys all thought I was a homeless joke meth head. You thought you just steamroll me and I just go away. You're learning the lesson the hard way, that I'm not that. Oh, and as far as being a scammer, guess what a scammer would have done when 2 fucking mob thugs showed up? Would have turned and ran. You know why? Because a scammer doesn't have balls. A scammer's about scamming and lying to people and get money. So that person would have turned tail and ran like a bitch. I didn't. I stood right there, looked him right in the eye. I saw the look on his face. I'll never forget it. That's what this guy did. Scammer wouldn't have done that. Scammer would have cried and shut everything down when the mob sent the FBI as their enforcers. Oh, and the description of the FBI agents, Your Honor, if you're interested, you want to know what I base my thoughts about that on. 2 white males, brownish blonde hair. Sound real, don't they? Sound different than the olive-skinned thug that I saw. Lends credence to the fact that they're most likely real agents, huh? Interesting. Interesting. But I'll be happy to, Your Honor, if they want to come to court and say they've made these judgments against my current channel, my Achilles 6 channel, because of the theories I'm presenting regarding the Chris Cornell estate, the Bennington estate, Anthony Bourdain's death, the Cobain estate. I'll be happy to lay out all the information I have in court for the jury, for a judge, whoever. Do you see where this is going? You guys didn't think this through, did you? I did. I did. And I've been keeping a mental note of every party's actions since this began. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, these labels they tried to put on me, they're not going to stick. And if you want to go into court or use my theories, my personal theories that I'm putting forth against me, I'll be happy to lay those out in court in full detail. You know, things like police not sending forensic evidence in, investigators retiring months after the death, phone calls to insurance lawyers, cutting stepdaughters out of wills, saying helping family members is cutting into your shoe money, marrying someone or dating someone 2 months after your husband's death, suicide attempt stories that aren't suicide attempt stories, guys paying off their girlfriend's bill because they had sex with a minor, guy dies in the middle of that arrangement. I'll be happy to lay all those things out if that's the argument they want to run with, Your Honor. I don't think it's a good argument because it leads to a place that none of these parties want to go. But I'm sure they'll try and get it suppressed, not allowed to be admissible. Good luck with that argument as well. So you got to pick one, guys. You got to decide whether you're going to try and link me to Pizzagate promotion, which is, you're the ultimate Pizzagate promoters. You're the kings of it. Made millions. I didn't make shit off of promoting Pizzagate and never promoted it once. So you got to run with that argument, or you got to run with my other theories, and I'll be happy to lay every detail of those theories out in court. And I'm sure the people involved in those stories and those theories, I'm sure they would love that. I'm sure they would. So I'll lay the whole thing out in gory detail, Your Honor. Again, conspiracy theories tied to threats. Well, you guys stifled my reach. You did your work well. And you laughed about it, I'm sure, all of you, all the parties involved. I'm sure you got a lot of big thrill out of it. Well, that's the route you chose. You executed that plan on me. So how could I be responsible for any threats to anyone? Thugs sent, FBI sent, troll campaign deployed. What about all that? That's harassment. That's stalking. That's possibly attempted murder. Then they use me ranting about the attempted murder to send the FBI. Did the FBI ever ask them, that these two Caucasian gentlemen, did they ever ask the mob, hey, did you send two men after him to kill him? I wonder, Your Honor, did they ever ask that? Were they even interested? Or is that where law enforcement is today, Your Honor? They're just servants for the rich to intimidate young women on behalf of the mob to get to me. Is that where we're at, Your Honor? Is that what you're going to tell me? Is that cool with you? Okay. So this website allowed the trolling campaign. They knew what was going on. It was obvious. Everyone was yelling about it all day, every day. And I just proved to you, Your Honor, in this time frame from May 6th to now, they watch every word I say. I had a literal multi-billion-dollar company throw a tantrum twice in 1 week, Your Honor. Desperation to get someone. You show your hand. You show your intentions. You show your malicious intent. You allowed all this. You laughed about it. You enabled it. You allowed my audience to be stalked, harassed, terrorized. Myself, stalked, harassed, terrorized. You enable my stalkers to this day, Your Honor. Again, I have a video one of my stalkers made on a fake account, directed right at me. Did YouTube catch that immediately? No. No. Could care less. All the parody of me, that's allowed to stay up. That's not harassment. That's not going to hurt my feelings. What I say is going to hurt other people's feelings, though. So I get shut down for what I say. It's convenient. And it's obvious what the agenda is. Whatever's said about Nicholas online is allowed to stay up. A lot of things Nicholas says, though, we got to take that down and hold channels. Anyway, so you allowed all that. So again, the arguments, I don't think are going to work for you guys. Again, the argument won't work because I was debunking Pizzagate. If YouTube is saying the other theory I present in the debunking Pizzagate videos is the problem, then that shows that what they want to censor or suppress is the stuff about the Chris Cornell estate and the other estates and Mr. Bourdain's death as well. That's what they want to suppress. Not Pizzagate content, not Pizzagate promotion, because I'm not doing that. I'm the last person. I've been one of the most vocal critics of it all. It's a Russian op that right-wing pundits ran with. That's all it is. It's all it ever was. That's what I've been saying since 2015. So again, it shows what the intent is. It shows what you want to suppress. It shows what you want to censor because, Your Honor, in those videos, that series 1 to 6, the Pizzagate, Pedogate theory regarding the cases I discuss, that 6-part series, again, I talked about all these estates in there. And I didn't link any of it to Pizzagate or Pedogate. In fact, I said I have evidence that it's not linked to that. So I guess the intent, again, Your Honor, is one, to get me off of social media and to stifle my reach, which they've achieved, basically. And the intent is also to suppress that specific information. Because one more time, because I love to repeat myself, Your Honor, I wasn't promoting that stuff. obvious. This is part of the reason I did this, Your Honor. Made these 50 videos to show you. The seed of all the scammer talk, because again, Your Honor, they shut me down, defamed me, called me a scammer. The seed of all that was the trolling campaign and the mob. Their publicity efforts against me. They were the seed of the scammer, etc. talk. Viewers ran with that. Disgruntled viewers, fiancés of friends of mine ran with that because the seed that was planted by the mob. The website was looking for that. That was the point of the publicity. And people jumped on it, and they're still jumping on it today. They say exactly what the mob said. They're good little automatons. So the seed of all the scammer talk was the mobsters. YouTube and others and disgruntled viewers ran with the scammer talk. LSA, a deceased woman, stalkers, YouTube participated in abject evil, defamation, etc. because they were mad. They did the mob's work. Well, YouTube, it was more than being mad, but yeah, I can see a few executives and cubicle workers being mad at the things I say. I can totally see that. They proved that on August 6th, Your Honor, when they threw their tantrum the day after they became an adjudicated criminal, and I discussed it. It wasn't just YouTube. Other websites took part, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Fake accounts with fake pictures pretending to be me, Your Honor. Do you know how many accounts were pretending to be me? A further publicity effort, probably linked back to the mob, to make me look bad online. I used to have to tell my audience every day, Your Honor, I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Twitter, I'm only on YouTube. You can only see me here. Until they shut me down again. I would tell them every day that none of those accounts are me. Nick, you said this over. No, Nick didn't say that. That's a fake account, probably linked back to the mob's publicity effort against me. That's what that was. They're all about publicity. I've shown you that, Your Honor, and I'll show you more. They're all about defaming people in articles as they say something else in court documents, or telling lies in court documents and then putting it in and allowing it to leak to the press, etc. They're all about that. So many of those fake accounts with my picture mocking me and you know, Twitter didn't have no problems. Instagram didn't have no problems with none of that. It's what Nikki was saying that was the problem, not the, you know, $1 million publicity effort against him. That all of a sudden kind of slowed down a little bit once someone had to fly to Detroit with an insurance attorney to try and get the Detroit authorities to change their ruling on a certain death. Anyway, so the fake accounts pretending to me. Also, Your Honor, here's another phenomenon that took place, which is another reason why I consider myself now, after looking at it all, adding it all up, a celebrity. People were lying, saying they are working with me, on top of people pretending to be me. Websites could have cared less. Because a rich person was behind a publicity effort, so who cares, right? They're allowed to do that. They're allowed to lie and defame and put a team out to tell lies about you, impersonate you, lie about you in your own comment section, to the point you got to wake up every morning and just start blocking people. Otherwise, your audience is getting stalked and harassed all day by the mob. And this website allowed it. They enabled it. They knew what was going on. So I had several people. One guy said he was working with me and Rocket. I've never worked with either of those people. One sixth grader on LSA said that I called them to work with me. No, that never happened. Oh, but they deleted the call. They deleted my number. That's what they said, Your Honor. That sounds legitimate, right? That really lends credibility to their story that I called them for help on the case. No. I didn't call none of you people. My ass was out there. You people did nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All you did was jump on the scammer bandwagon, which has your ass on the hook for defamation. Whatever, that's your choice. So yeah, I had people lying, saying they were working with me I had the Rocket Gentleman stole all my videos in the beginning. Did YouTube care about that? Did they copyright anything? Strikes? Anything? No. No, because it did damage to Nikki. That's all that matters. That's the intent, Your Honor. I think I've proven that at this point. Here we go with more. Even after I privatized the Pizzagate series of videos on May 6th, after I received the first strike, so no one had access and no one could see them. They've taken 2 more of those videos down, beating that dead horse some more, even though they got what they wanted and no one can see the vids. Desperation and intent, malicious intent to remove me from social media no matter what. Again, Your Honor, even though they got what they wanted, and I've been doing this for a while, when they put a strike on a video, I privatize almost every video I have on the channel. Because I want to see what the point of the exercise is. If you're taking private vids down that no one can see, Your Honor, then the point of the exercise is to get Nikki off of social media, not to correct any behavior, not to stop people from seeing things. Done. Proven. Intent. Malicious intent. Done. Proven. So yes, the intent is to remove me from social media no matter what, and they've proven that by taking private videos. In other words, Your Honor, I privatize videos to show you, Your Honor, what the intent is. Because I can't go digging through Google's files, can I? To catch them in the act, can I? I have to do things to show you what the intent is, Your Honor. And I think I've shown that crystal clear. That's why I privatize the videos. I know people think I'm stupid. Everything I do is for a purpose. Everything. Argument, where was I? Argument won't work. I was debunking Pizzagate as I always have. I stopped watching many a channel for literally making a living off of Pizzagate on this website. This website had no problem with it. Maybe my other theories are the problem. That would show us who's behind it, who wants the information gone, and who is and has always been doing the mob's work for them. Again, people, and Your Honor, that Pedogate, Pizzagate series 1 through 6, which I did over a year ago, and they left it up for a year, no problems. Then they wanted to play the game, try and associate Pizzagate with me, as if I've ever promoted it. Sorry, guys. You'll never find a video or anything of me promoting Pizzagate anywhere after you guys made millions on it. So, what's the info they really want gone, Your Honor? Well, the info in those videos regarded the Chris Cornell estate and my theory on how Mr. Cornell died. Information on the Chester Bennington estate and my theories on how Mr. Bennington died roughly a few months after Mr. Cornell died, the same exact way Mr. Cornell died. The odds of that, Your Honor, right? Oh, and they just happen to be friends towards the end of their life. And they both die within months of each other the same exact way. What are the statistical odds of that? So all that information was in there. Information about Mr. Bourdain's death. And the fact that he was paying someone else's bill, his girlfriend's bill, for sleeping with a minor. And he died in the middle of that arrangement, Your Honor. Let's hypothetically throw a scenario out there. Hypothetical scenario. No specific people being named in it. If there are 2 people in a relationship and one of them comes to the other as they're an advocate for a assault on women group, they come to you and they say, well, I know I'm an advocate and a high-level player in this, pro-women group, pro-woman group, women's rights, women's safety, etc. But I slept with this 17-year-old a while back, and I put on social media it was the best day of my life and all that stuff, and the picture, took pictures, everything. Can you pay that kid off so he doesn't go to the press or press charges? And the other person agrees to do that, and in the middle of that arrangement, after a certain amount of time, the person paying the bill dies. The reason I'm telling you this story, Your Honor, and the question I want to ask you, the jury, everyone, the 3 viewers, is that skeleton big enough to kill for? A public figure in a pro-woman movement who slept with a 17-year-old boy? That skeleton that only one person knows. Person that's dead. Is that big enough to kill for? You answer that question, Your Honor, jury, lawyers, audience. I think you know the answer to that question. This website has done nothing more than the mob's work. And they stifled my reach, Your Honor, from almost moment one. Again, I didn't have a publicity team. I didn't go to college and to take courses in publicity and how to promote and work social media so I could make maximum money at it. I never did any of that. I just went on camera and started talking about things. Overnight, all of a sudden, I have a following. I'm a known person. I have celebrity websites running hit pieces on me and talking about me every day. I have mobsters deploying a publicity effort against me, despite me not having any criminal record whatsoever. I have a website enabling that, taking part in that effort, even to this day. And all the parties involved are just foaming at the mouth to associate me with something negative, be it law enforcement, etc., to the point they even called the FBI. And one of their own family members, Your Honor, after they created that whole, they sent the thugs to kill me, they called the FBI. After they created that whole thing, one of their family goes on camera, again, Your Honor, proving my point, or not on camera, excuse me, on their social media page, saying the guy that sleeps in his car, the FBI said he's dangerous. They created that whole situation. To the point they got to the third layer of that situation. The FBI said he was dangerous. No, they never said that. You know why they didn't say that? Because they already ran a background check and they saw I had no criminal history. The same reason those mobsters did, Your Honor. Everyone knew I didn't have a record. Had to create one. The irony, 7 years later, Your Honor, and the mobsters are adjudicated liars in court. I could read you the documents. Straight to you, hot off the presses. Every lie they've told in court. So they're adjudicated liars 7 years later, via greed, trying to steal other people's property via lawsuits, using the legal system as a weapon. They've been doing this for years. There's more suits in Cornell's life after he met these people than in the entirety of his life before he met these people. So that's what they've been doing. Even to the point, Your Honor, after they send the thugs to kill me, after they call the FBI uses that, and they use that as a reason to have the FBI start knocking on doors and intimidating people that I know and trying to intimidate me. Then, that wasn't good enough, Your Honor. They weren't done there. Then one of the family members had to go on social media and say, The FBI said I was dangerous. No, they asked I was dangerous. In other words, the FBI was fishing because they had nothing. Because I haven't done anything. In fact, FBI agents being thugs for mobsters should really be looked into, not the homeless joke guy. I'm not dangerous. I don't send thugs after people. I don't deploy publicity campaigns on people. I don't call websites and conspire with them to ruin someone. I don't do any of those things. I just speak the truth, Your Honor. And the froggies leap. I think I've shown that in this time frame. And that's not a statement about me. That's a statement about them. Why they leaping? I got 100 views. You've achieved your mission, criminals. You've achieved it. You still want more, though. That's the thing, Your Honor. They're going to say that I wanted more. But they're showing they want more. They're not even satisfied with, I can't broadcast anywhere but here to 3 people. Because they've created that. They made that happen. Maliciously. Intentionally. That was the plan all along. I think I've shown you that. I think I've shown you that what their intent is, all 3 major parties I mentioned. That's what this time frame, these 50 videos were for. I'm not done yet. I just want to make a note of that. I wanted to show you this, Your Honor. It's the effort the lengths I'm going to show the court system what's been going on. Have a good day.